Everybody out in the world. We are blasting on so many avenues right now. My name is Catherine, and I have with me the lovely, this side, Lindsey. And we wanted to come on and connect with you guys because we came on live a week ago, right, Lindsey?
Yeah.
And we connected to Lindsey's chicken, Reegin, and she delivered a beautiful message, and they received a blessing for their relationship. So those of you who don't know me, my name is Catherine. I'm an animal communication specialist as well as a Tao healer. And this is the beautiful and talented and very encompassing healer, Lindsey, and from Rogue Ways. And we're friends. And also she has these amazing chickens. And last week on Friday, I woke up and Reegin, the chicken, was like, I have something to say. And so I said, Lindsey, can we do a live? She said, yes, we can. So here we are again, a week later. And I was inspired to come on here with Lindsey and have her share if anything occurred for her, because she sent me one little bit of something she experienced. And I was like, ooh, I want to know more. Let's go live and talk about it. So welcome.
Thank you so much. It's always so awesome to be on with you. I'm just so blessed to be able to be your friend and have my chicken be able to come to you and tell you that she has a message so we can get it. It's so cool. I just feel so lucky. And of course, Reegin and Hoption are my two little chickens, and I have had them since they were little babies. Actually, on my live stream right now, there's a picture of them under my chin where we were all snuggling when they were just tiny little guys, and they're so cute and beautiful little souls. And I've just learned more and more, especially with your help, Catherine, of just how powerful and deep they are. Like, we've talked about this many times, that people just kind of feel like chickens are like dumb birds, or they're just not really pets, or they're not the kind of animals you communicate and bond with. And they've definitely proven that wrong. And they're very much.
Actually, through this work, sorry to interrupt you. The people I've connected to that have chickens like worship their chickens. It's like, so there is a whole other understanding of them out there, which I think is important to share about.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I think Reegin said last week. She's like, not everyone understands chickens. We're actually very loving and present beings, and I love that message. They have a fan club too. Like, people will come and walk around the block, and on their walks they'll stop and they'll be like, "I love your chickens," and like say hi. It's really cute. But that day, Reegin shared her message, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember a lot of the specifics of what was even said back then, but I know when I went out that day, I had it in my mind of like, we had just connected, and one of the things that she shared and that you were sharing with both of us was, let's connect even more deeply. We'll close our eyes and really feel that heart connection. And we've talked about that before, and I kind of like, I know that, but I don't always do that. And so I went out that day and did that, and just sat with her and just like felt that, and shared that moment with her. And I always squat down to the ground, right? So I can get like low with her. And she comes up and she gives me her little love kisses and pecks my legs and pecks my shoes and just stands next to me, But for her whole adult life, which I think she's about 2 years old now. So for like a year and a half, she hasn't wanted to touch. I don't pet her. Like, she can come to me and peck me, but I just let her do that. And she wants her space. And before that, she would come up, I could hold her, I could pet her, she would jump on me, she would get on my shoulder, she would get on my back, like we were a lot closer, and that just hadn't happened. She just was an adult now and she wanted her space. And so this was the way we interacted. And so I was squatted down, doing what we always do, and she jumped on my back. And she hasn't done that for a year and a half. So I don't know if people can see this picture very well.
I can see it.
But that's her on my back that day. And it was just so
And that's the picture you sent me.
Yeah.
Like, she hasn't done this since she was little, because you received a blessing also, right? To deepen your relationship and your connection.
Aww. And it worked. So I was like almost crying. I was like, I love you so much, and you still love me, and you're still my baby. And that was so cool. So I just loved that. She stood up there for a while, and I could tell that honestly, somewhere deep inside of her, she's like, I really don't enjoy this anymore, but I know that this is like a sign of our like connection and our love, and I just want to like show you. And so I could tell, I think she's just a little uncomfortable jumping back up and down from that height and stuff, and whatever. So I get it, but it was just so cute. It was so
It's like
fun.
a sign, though. It was like her communicating that to you.
Exactly. I loved it. So I spread it far and wide. I was like, Catherine, look, oh my God. Like Penny sent pictures, and everyone else is probably like, I mean, yeah, you have a chicken on your back. Like, but I was like, it meant so much to me. It was so sweet.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And did you experience any other shifts or anything else you want to share with us about?
I just also, when this is like a silly detail, but it's important to me when it's really cold out, I call them their doodles, but it's actually their comb and their actually I don't know what the
Mhm.
under part is called, but anyways, they're doodles. They're red parts. They can get frostbitten. They're very sensitive actually. And so when it's really cold, they'll get dull or white spots even or anything. And so you have to protect them. Especially here, it's been like -degrees
I
and
think we are finally in double digits today, which I'm like
yeah.
super excited about. I can't wait to go outside.
I know. It's like 20 degrees and it feels warm. So when it's that cold, you have to protect that. And so I have this Vaseline and you put it on their combs and they do not enjoy being grabbed and having their combs, they enjoy having their combs protected and nice and radiant and beautiful, but they don't like that part of grabbing them and holding them while you do it. And whatnot. And so since then, though, again, and the Hopkins too, even though that wasn't, who the blessing was for and that wasn't who came forward to communicate, they both are just like, okay, yeah, you can put the Vaseline on my comb. Like there's just more trust and
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I
Well,
love
and
it.
that's amazing because then you don't like feel bad
I
about,
know. Like invading your boundaries.
right? Because
Yeah.
when you're trying to give your animal medicine or I don't know, like when I pull out a jacket because I have a little chihuahua who cannot be in this freezing cold weather, he runs like he's like, He does not want anything on his body. He is not an outfit chihuahua. He's not into it. But, I have to connect with him and, he does it. And then I'm so glad because then, he's warm enough to go outside because otherwise we're not going to make it 2 feet and he's going to be like, So, but I know that like what can happen for you when you're like doing something that they don't want you to do, but it's for their best. Like you feel
Yeah.
like you have to do it. So for them to just like be more willing, that's so
Yeah. It
nice.
feels so nice. It's so good. Yeah, and they even came inside. They come inside sometimes, but like they come inside and I can tell for them again, it's like they know we like it. They know we think it's cute and funny and so they do it for us, I think. And so they were coming inside and it was just a really nice day. We got to spend some quality time together and bond again more deeply and our relationship improved from that one, what was that, like 5 minutes? It wasn't
Yeah.
even like
I
a
mean, I don't know. You and I kind of go into no space, no time very easily, but the blessing was not, I don't even think it was 5 minutes.
I don't think so
And the
either.
communication was maybe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
that's how that's how quickly things can shift. I just think people don't
So
really
true.
always understand that like this whatever you want to call it, energy work, spiritual work, that deeper
Mhm.
connection. No space, no time is a great description. I things can just shift in a second, and it can be on the physical, on the mental, on the emotional, on the spiritual because it's happening on the spiritual, right? And you're so good at
Mhm.
describing that. That's the core. All the rest kind of matriculates down from that. So when it's happening on that level, all the other things can shift along with it. Just so easy.
Yeah, the energy, right? And then the matter, I mean, everything. Yeah. And then what always strikes me is the shift in the emotional connection. And I've experienced this with my own dog, um, who I've been with since he was a pound and a half.
Oh.
I wish everyone could have seen him when he was that little. He's still only, like 8 pounds or whatever. But he, we've been through this journey together, and I've just been, continuing. He's not like my experiment, but he's like the one who has shown me how powerful this is. Because even the other day, I've been doing deeper forgiveness and I've been offering our relationship blessings and I've been giving him gratitude and taking time to connect because it's easy to say it. And when you're busy helping and facilitating other people to do that, right, you kind of forget, like, okay, well, I also have to do this with my relationship with my animal, right? Or it's not going to work out. So, it's just so amazing how the love, like, you don't think it can get deeper. How could you possibly love your animal companion more than you do? And then it does. And you're like, wow. I'm like, how my heart is going to burst if I love you anymore. Oh, wait, I feel it even stronger. So I just know from my own experience and, just going through my whole journey with my animal, my dog, Mr. Ping, he's just amazing. And everyone's like, oh, he's so calm. And but he really was not always like that. And he's so chilled out. And so, because I think he feels really supported and he's doing his work too. And he connects. I know whenever I go to like, retreats or spiritual functions, or even with Lindsey, when I connect with her, people often are like, wow, I can feel your dog. Like, it's like he's here, because that's how much we've become like one force, and it's such a beautiful, profound thing. And then my heart opens to really learning, like, what is he here to teach me? He's part of my creative team. Like, he wants to help me express myself creatively, and he wants to help me like in all of my relationships. So it's like when I have conflict with people, or not even conflict is a strong word, but things aren't always harmonious in relationships. This is how we learn. And it doesn't mean the love isn't there. But say I'm having, working through something with someone, he is like their best friend. He is like all over it. He is just like, I love this person more than anyone ever. And I'm just like, okay, thank you for showing me and reminding me to do that.
Oh, I love that.
I know. And then years and years ago, it'd be like, don't go over to that person. I don't want to talk to that person. Like, I need a minute. So he's teaching me about humility and deeper connection and forgiveness and love, and also opening my heart to receive someone's love and not just receiving through my own interference, and whatever's happening for me. And he's great at just coming and staring at me and reminding me of the work that I'm committed to and what I need to do, and also to love myself. And he reminds me when it's bedtime. And he used to, because I had my thyroid removed. I know Lindsey knows this, many, many, many years ago when I was in my 20s. And I used to have major issues like getting up and taking my medicine every day. I would just like, it would disappear, or I would forget, or, and then I would get really sick. So I, through communication in our connection, asked him if he would remind me. And so he would wake me up every morning at a certain time. I think it was like 5 a.m. And he would not leave me alone until I took my medicine, and then he'd go back to sleep.
Oh, what a sweet man. I love him so much.
And so, this connection is really available for all of us. And it's just about really starting to cultivate it, hearing the message from your animal companion. This is also what blows me away. Just even hearing that message is a huge blessing. It's just, I've seen how people can shift. And I'm not saying that because I'm doing it, I'm just facilitating it. But it's just amazing over the years to see how people shift. And then the blessings, right, can actually literally remove the negativity, or we don't even know what it is until sometimes you don't even feel it till it's gone.
Yeah. But you forgot.
Right? And then it's like, remember when I was a little chick and I used to jump on your back, and you're like, oh, and then your heart connects you to that moment, which is actually the whole point. It's just connecting you back to that love of that, because I'm sure there was some, I won't speak for you, there could have been some a little bit of rejection, even though you're very like okay with the honoring. I mean, you really honor everybody that way, but
there was.
If that's what you need to do, I won't take it personally. But also it's kind of like, no,
I wish you would. Yeah.
those things are gone. And then it's like, no, remember, our connection is still in that space.
Yeah.
That's
so
like
helpful.
That's the reminder.
And that's a thing too, right? You can't really explain to people unless they've done it, or I just wish everyone would just reach out to you and connect, because the amount of healing that you experience, like I think some people are not that they don't love their pets and want their pets to have this healing too, but I think some people are like, well, I'd rather have a healing for myself, or I'd rather hear my own, like, my path or
Mm,
psychic messages from me or something like that, right? But what is true is actually you are getting that in a
yeah, it's true.
deep, deep way. And, when I first was working with you, that really helped me transform some huge blockages I had from being closed off and not receiving love, right? Or not feeling worthy of it or something. And you didn't mean to do that for me, I think. You just were like, here's some messages and here's some things. And it was like the floodgates opened. I healed some old things I didn't even realize were such blockages for me just from doing this type of work. And I just, you can't express that enough. You have to really go in and experience that. It's for you and for them and for your relationship and for everything, really.
Yeah, and the animals, I'm so happy you shared that because I was just connecting deeper to the animals. Just like actually, their whole thing is to help us receive love. That's really all I want to
Seriously. It's
do.
really like what most of us need the most is to receive more love.
Hi, Jenny. Oh, great. Well, actually, so this is part of the cool part is I do have an opportunity for everybody to come and experience this. And it's like a brand new thing. We talked about it a little bit last week, but I'm
Oh, yeah.
actually getting more and more pumped about it. I know you've done the classes with me before, the connecting with your animal companion classes. But this year, my guides were like, okay, 2022 is a serious thing, actually. And our animals are on board and they want us to connect. And this is like, I was connecting to how in this year, especially in the next few months, allowing that connection to deepen could actually like change your entire everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds a little bit dramatic, but I'm sincerely sharing that from my heart. And my guides were telling me it's like this is a really important time for people to connect to their animal companions in a very, very different and new way because it is bringing that connection to you. And also, it's going into the trust.
Ooh, yeah.
And what better relationship to facilitate that than the one with your animal companion? So I got downloaded this whole course to offer, and I'm so excited. This is the first time I've ever done a course like this. And it's called Deepening Connection with Your Animal Companion. It starts March 5th, so you have a little minute. And if you miss the classes, it's okay. They're all recorded, and I include everybody in everything I do, whether you're there or not. So it's 3 classes. Oh, and this is the thing, you get your own private 30-minute session.
That's a
So
lot.
what you received in the 10 minutes or whatever we did last week, people get 30 minutes of that for signing up.
When I do 30 minutes with you, my entire life shifts. I'm not joking. Like, I'm not exaggerating. People need to do this.
Yes, and you show up in a very powerful way too. But the thing is, I really want to help people in this connection because I've seen the power of it. Like, really, I remember you and I were in a class, someone you connected me to took the class, and they were like, this changed my entire life. And I was like, kind of shook by that. Actually, I was like, wow, this is like a really big, deep deal that's
Yeah.
happening. Like, we are really healing so much and so when a different connection comes in within a connection that's already filled with love, it's like I don't even have words actually to
Yeah.
describe it. So everybody has the opportunity to join this class, to join this program. It's a course. You get a 30-minute private session with me to begin with. And then we do 3 classes. And then you get 3 group blessing sessions, which in the classes, there's like readings. Those classes are so cool. It's like readings and practices and guidance comes through and meditation and blessings. And then we have a whole nother blessing session, which you can receive without showing up for if that's too much. Some people don't want to do all kinds of different things. The commitments can be a lot.
Yeah.
And then also I'm going to create some videos. People can just watch them and they'll have unlimited access to those videos forever. 3 different practice videos. So
So every time you're describing this, I'm like, this is a lot. And I've seen the price and it's very
Yeah, so I
low.
actually was like, because I just do everything by guidance, right?
Yeah.
And I got that number and I was like, because an hour session with me is only $15 less than this whole entire course, but which is
Yeah.
great. Right. But you're going to get a 30-minute session with this, which is cool. I'm glad that the private thing is put in there because I think that that is really, really valuable, especially when we're going to be working. And what that session shows us is like, just like we did the reading with you last week, like where we can, what needs to come, what needs to be transformed first. What are you here to do with your animal companion? What messages do they have for you? What is your path? And if you're open to it, what are your past lifetimes? What skills and knowledge and wisdom is already cultivated in that relationship that you can just tap into? That it's already there, but you may not know it. And so that's what comes forward in these readings, which I love. And so actually when I added it up, I think the value of it was like $2.95 or something. But it's only $165. And if you use the coupon code before March 1st and register the coupon code MYLOVE, all capitalized, MYLOVE, LOVE, MYLOVE, you get $15 off. So it's actually the same honor fee as 1 hour with me.
It's really cool.
And you get like 7 hours with me. So, yeah. And I think doing it together, I remember that from the classes we did. Doing it together was so powerful.
Yeah, there's something about the group. The field just automatically is richer and deeper and brighter and clearer and like,
Yeah.
yeah, and everyone feels it and knows it. Everyone
Yeah.
is who's involved is like, wow, it's so much easier for me to like connect or be present or be clear, and that's why I think.
And you'll be surprised what happens for you because I'm going to teach, I'm talking to the audience, but I'm going to teach I'm going to share what I do as an animal communicator to like build that ability because I think everybody has that ability on some level and it's about just accessing the trust in that. Because so many people are like, oh, well, I thought when I do sessions, a lot of it is like, oh, well, I kind of thought that actually. It's like, yeah, there you go. See?
Yep. Yeah, almost every time. Like, I kind of already knew that. I needed the confirmation, the affirmation, but I felt it. I understand.
Yes. So I'm going to throw up my website here if it's up here. Oh, wait. If anyone wants to hop on there and check it out, register. I am going to limit the amount of people a little bit because that's the whole point. And I can always add a different time, add more classes, or we can do it again.
Yeah.
So if you want to sign up, but also know that I'm going to try to keep the class not ginormous.
Yeah, you
So
want
if
it
you
to
want to
be
do this
still
round,
intimate and yeah.
yeah. Because it's a really deep, sacred thing. And the thing is, when everybody shows up to deepen that connection and to open up to receiving those messages, and we have 10 or 15 people doing that, it's just like so cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for
So excited
sharing.
for everyone.
What's
Yeah,
that?
thank you. I just am so excited for everyone who does that class. I'm really excited. And I also wanted
I'm
to
so
throw out there
excited.
that horse came up as me and Reegin when you mentioned past lives. I was like, oh yeah, we had that horse, the life where she was a horse, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, she was like, and I still haven't gotten over that I just drew this horse all the time when I was little, all the time. Every horse I ever drew, which I drew a lot of horses, was this horse. It was the dark horse with the white on her forehead. So I
Which is
knew.
exactly what she described.
Yeah. So when you said that, I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's why I drew that horse all the time and imagined myself having a horse. And I made my bike was a horse that I would ride. And like, this is clearly a very important horse connection to me with this life we lived. So it was just so beautiful to be able to reconnect with that too. I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's so amazing. Well, I'm so happy for you that you are experiencing even more deeply Regan's love for you because I know I could feel it when the message was coming through. It was so powerful. So thank you so much for coming and giving us that update. I love
Yes.
it.
Thank
I
you for
love
your
doing
gift.
this in-person stuff because I do a lot of readings online, but I can't see them or I don't always get to know what actually shifts from receiving the message and the blessing. So I appreciate you being willing to share that, and I'm so happy for you.
Yes,
And if
thank you so
anyone,
much.
Yeah, thank you. And so check out Lindsey and what she's got going on. She shares a lot of really cool things and is a very powerful healer and connector. That's what I think is your superpower.
Yeah. Thank you.
And if you want to join the class, come and join. Use the coupon code MyLove before March 1st. Get $15 off. It's going to be a beautiful class. We already have people signed up, and it's like everyone is so excited, and that's when you know it's going to be good. Yeah. All right, everybody, have a beautiful weekend. Thank you so much. Thanks, Lindsey.
Thank you.